Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome to Eagle Public Library. This is our Saturday morning craft and chat class for adults. But really, this is a great project today that the whole family could do together. Something pretty fun to do. So let me show you what we're doing. We're going to do a flip-flop welcome sign. And all the materials I purchased for this welcome sign, it's pretty bright and pretty crazy, but all of the materials I purchased just at a local dollar store. So it'll keep the project pretty cheap. But if you have some flip-flops laying around the house that you haven't used and you want to use for this project, you could make a pretty cool welcome sign with really any flip-flops. This would be cute. I'd used adult size on this, but it'd really be cute to do like little kids flip-flops. And then you'd have a smaller sign. This turned out pretty big. It's probably about 2 feet across. Yeah, about a foot tall. So let's get started. So you're going to need 3.5 pairs of flip-flops. And this was the other pair. This was just the single to the pair that is left out. You could maybe fit another one in there, but I wanted to write welcome on there, and so I wanted one flip-flop for each letter of welcome. But if you were putting your name on there or your last name, or you wanted to put summertime or something else on there, you could kind of rearrange your flip-flops and use maybe a different count of how many you're going to need for your lettering. So kind of figure that out. But for the welcome sign, you're going to need 3.5 pairs. What I first did was kind of laid those pairs out just on the table, trying to figure out how the colors, how I wanted the colors to look. I put the 2 black ones here that I really liked with the surfboards on them. Those are here, and then my pink and purple. I just kind of messed around with them until I felt like I had a good shape that I wanted to start with. And then let me show you the back. Here is the back. The back is pretty unexciting. I was worried about the weight of all the flip-flops, so I just took a hanger that I had and I used it for my base to glue everything down. And I used a hot glue gun. That's kind of my go-to for this kind of crafting. But I noticed it didn't stick super well to the flip-flops. For some reason, the flip-flop wanted to keep kind of pulling away from that hot glue even after it was set. I had 1 or 2 of them fall off that I glued back on. So far now I've had this hanging up for a week or 2 and nothing else has fallen off. So I think the hot glue works pretty well. If you like using E6000 or any of those types of stronger crafting glues, I think those would be great too. But I just did hot glue and I started with my hanger and I put my middle piece in and then I lowered the next 2 and then lower the next 2 and lower the next 2. You could go, excuse me, you could go straight across if you wanted. I just liked this kind of fan shape that I got from staggering the flip-flops. Then you can see, because I was using the adult size flip-flops, I got out here to this outside flip-flop on each end, and I was out of space for the hanger to glue them to. So kind of glued them to each other, but I also threw a popsicle stick back there. I was thinking when I was done with this, I could have used a paint stick behind here instead of a hanger, but a hanger worked great, and you really can't even see it. You could maybe even hang this from the hanger if you didn't want to put the ribbon on. The ribbon connects really easily, so that post that goes between your toes when you're wearing the flip-flops has kind of a little nub on it. You can see here is where I just used my ribbon and tied a knot around that little post and kind of pulled it back to the front so that my ribbon is attached. I could have probably hot glued it in there too to make it a little more sturdy, but I just tied it onto the second to last post on the flip-flops, and that worked great. I got a nice kind of wide piece of, I think that's called cross grain ribbon. That's pretty cool for this. And then just have that ribbon the length you want. This one's probably about maybe 2 feet long, but I wanted it to hang down a little ways. And I picked a ribbon that matched with the middle. So you really can go wild with this. This one kind of did come out wild on my patterns. I thought about this afterwards. If I was going to do it again, I'd probably pick flip-flops that weren't as patterned. Maybe I would do a couple patterns and like alternate a pattern and a solid. or maybe just my patterned ones on the end, or maybe in the middle. I think I'd play with that a little. I really loved all these flip-flops and their patterns, but together it is kind of wild. It's like lots of color and lots going on. So that threw me off for my lettering. I bought some lettering, little packets like these that are hanging up in dollar stores or at a craft store. I bought some lettering to use on this, but I realized like I really wanted this sparkly silver, but it just kind of faded away and you didn't even see it because so much pattern on my flip-flop. So if I had used kind of more plain flip-flops, I think that would have turned out well. I also had bought a bunch of these little cute, they're orange and yellow, kind of iridescent letters to glue on. And I originally went with orange, yellow across writing welcome. But again, the yellow, you just almost can't see it. There's just too much going on, and it actually made it worse when I had the orange, yellow. It became like too hard to even look at this. It was too crazy. So what I did was I realized I can paint these orange and yellow letters with just some white acrylic paint to make them white, because I thought white's going to look better. It's not going to be screaming at you, screaming welcome. It'll just be a nice gentle welcome. So I tried painting one of them to see if it would work, let it dry overnight. It was perfect. And then that's what I did with these letters, and I hot glued the letters on. But if you're good at writing or stenciling, or you have a steady hand for fancy writing, I think it would be really cute to do some cute lettering on here. Or if you have stencils at home, I really would have rather done some nice lettering. I'm just not really great at lettering. And this surface is kind of weird with the flip-flops, it's bumpy. So I figured these letters would work out just great. So this is a pretty cheap little project, a fun summertime, not a wreath, but a cool welcome sign. I think I'm gonna hang on my front door, or maybe right next to the front door. It'd be cute hung up outside on a patio. If you have a nice patio you like to hang out on, this would be cute. Near a swimming pool, all those things, maybe on a gate. This would be cute in the summertime. I just think this is going to be fun, and I'm hoping it's not going to fall apart. So far, I only lost one flip-flop and just was able to glue it right back on. So I want to see you guys make this and show me what you made. It's pretty cute. So, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the embellishments. I had also bought some bling, like little sheets of rhinestones in different colors. I did end up using those. I had also bought a little thing of flowers. I think it was just even one stem of flowers at the dollar store. And it actually had all these flowers on it, including the butterfly. And it was on just one stem for $1. So I popped those off because it was on like a little plastic stem. And I popped all the little characters off, the butterflies and the flowers, and just hot glued those. They have a little stem on them. I don't know if you can see, but I hot glued them right into the hole where the post goes for the flip-flops. Just kind of hot glued them and stuck them in there. So I've got a butterfly, some flowers. I just kind of messed with them until I liked the shape. But I had also bought a cute pair of kids' sunglasses at the dollar store. And I just hot glued those on. You can see, just got some hot glue. I was thinking I might have to break off the arms of them to get it on there how I wanted, but I actually like it kind of stuck out like that. I left the arms on and just glued the arms down to the flip-flop. And there you go. And if some kid comes by and needs a pair of sunglasses, I'm set. I'm going to just take it off. But I thought that looked really cute on there to just kind of give that summertime feel, whatever you think would be fun to put on your awesome welcome sign. Or like I said, your last name would be cute on there, hung up outside, or really anything you want to write on there. Turns out pretty fun. So I didn't want to demonstrate making one of these because it's kind of awkward with all these big pieces, and I only bought enough to make one, but I feel like you can see all the stuff that I did to put this together. Like I said, here's a shot of the back again, my fancy hanger in the back. You could come up with another way, maybe just even like a 1x2, or a thin, like I said, a paint stick, maybe a dowel even going across here would be fine, because once you put the flip-flops and arrange them. You don't see my hanger sticking out. I mean, it is there. There's a little bit of it poking out right there, but you really don't see it. There's so much going on this welcome sign that I don't think you're going to see the hanger in the back. So this is our flip-flop welcome sign, getting us all ready for summertime. And you don't need much for it, just ribbon and 3.5 pairs of flip-flops for this one, some fabric flowers or cute little butterflies. Anything like that looks very good. And then some lettering, and if you want to type, or if you want to paint your lettering on, that's great. You could also probably find some cute lettering online and print it and then just glue it on. Lots of choices for your lettering. Yeah, so I think you are ready to make your own flip-flop welcome sign and get ready for summer. I'm excited for some summertime. So hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Looking for your next great read? Try Novelist, and you'll receive just the right book suggestion. Visit eaglepubliclibrary.org/educational tools and look for the Novelist link.